And then we want to take past, what happened in there with, everybody kind of decided to keep it to ourselves. Tank didn't want anybody to discuss that or film that, so we didn't. But they helped each other out. It's not a situation where they're gonna go all out just to a fight, but they definitely helped each other out.
Peace Aid by Sweet Science Boxing Academy. Be back with another video. Alright, man. So, ever since that big interview that Shawn Porter did with Bill Haney, and they were talking about the fight between Devin Haney and Gervonta Davis, Tank, he got all in his feelings and he got mad what Shawn Porter said because Shawn was saying that Tank, he don't want that fight. That Team Tank, they don't want to risk it. They don't want to come up to 140. That they'll rather make Devin come down to 35 or some type of catch weight. And his words were saying basically like, they'll try to bring you down as much as you can to try to pull something out of you. And he mentioned the fight he had with Adrian Broner. When Broner and Floyd Mayweather, they tried to suck Shawn Porter down when they brought him down to 144. But it didn't matter because Porter still ended up beating because he just was the better fighter. So Tank, he got all mad and got out in his feelings and he started saying stuff like, ask Shawn Porter what I did to him in sparring, and basically alluding to that he beat Shawn Porter up when Kenny Porter and Barry Hunter, they got Porter and Tank together to spar when Porter was preparing to fight Terrence Crawford. And Kenny Porter was saying that at the time that they sparred, that it was during the end of the training camp. Porter, he was in the low 150s, somewhere around 154 or 152, somewhere around there. He was saying that Tank, he was out of shape, that he was like in the high 147s. He was like, so they wasn't that far off, probably about 5 to 7 pounds off from each other, and they got some good work in. And he said that Tank is a good fighter, that he's one of those type of fighters that make you miss and make you pay, and kind of alluding to the fact that maybe he caught Shawn with a couple of shots to wake him up because he's a smaller fighter, so he's naturally faster than him. And that's the whole strategy. That's something that my coach would do, bringing in a smaller fighter, because they would bring speed to the aspects. They may not be as powerful, but they got that speed because they're naturally faster and smaller than you. And that's basically what he was saying. But Tank was making it seem like that he beat Shawn Porter up. And Kenny Porter was basically saying that, no, for real, I didn't even let Shawn Porter go all out because he's just a bigger fighter. Although they was probably around the same weight class, but it's still just a difference. He's a naturally bigger and stronger fighter. Tank might be strong for his weight class, but when you're talking about them naturally big people and elite like a Shawn Porter, then none of that stuff ain't gonna matter. Y'all forget Shawn Porter was fighting at 165 in the amateurs, beating people like Alexander Usyk, Jesse Hart, and a slew of other fighters that's in higher weight classes right now in the pros. So yeah, Tank might be strong, but none of that stuff would make a difference for someone like Shawn Porter. It'll be the same thing if it was like a Jamel Charlo or Earl Spence or even a Terrence Crawford. Too big, too strong. It's literally the case of a good little guy versus a good big guy. And then most times, the good big guy will always win. But here's exactly what Kenny Porter had to say about the sparring session. I'll let him tell y'all in his own words, and then I'll come back with my final thoughts at the end.
So you were there for when Tank sparred Shawn. I've heard stories. I've heard, you guys should have been charging at the door for people who were going to be in there to see it. What did you learn about Tank in that sparring session that maybe you didn't know before?
You know what? When I told Tank, I need more from you, and he says to me, he said, Kenny, I'm a dog too. And he gave more when I asked for more, right? And obviously, Shawn and Tank are not in the same weight class. Not even close. And so obviously, Shawn could not have been going as hard as he would with a guy in his weight class or bigger. But when I said that, Tank said, Kenny, I'm a dog too. And that's what I learned, quote unquote. Tank is a dog.
Alright, so y'all heard what he said, and basically he was saying the same thing that I told y'all. That Shawn Porter, he wasn't going all out. It basically was just something to keep Shawn focused while in training, because he's gonna need them looks with that speed and the little person. And you heard what he said. Tank was saying that I'm a dog too when he told him that he needed more. Why would he tell him that he need more? If y'all was in the gym and y'all was training, y'all would understand a coach telling the fighter, I'm gonna need more from you, basically saying that you're not really doing much. I need you to hurt him. And that's something usually a trainer would say when a smaller fighter is in the ring with a bigger fighter. Because if that smaller fighter ain't really doing much, and the coach noticed that the big fighter ain't really phased, he gonna tell that smaller fighter, like, look, you gotta step it up. Like, I need you to do more. I need you to hurt him. Try to hurt him anyway. Because we preparing for a fight, and I got you in the ring with him to help him out. And if you ain't doing none of that stuff, then you're not helping. So I need you to do more. And he said, Tank responded by saying, I'm a dog too. So it sounded like he tried to turn up, but at the same time, Kenny kept it funky. That Tank is still the smaller dude, so it ain't like he really going to do much to hurt Shawn Porter, and that's the reason why he even put him in the ring in the first place. So all that stuff that Tank's saying that he heard him and all these people rocking with it, y'all can cut that bull crap out because Tank wasn't really doing nothing to hurt Shawn Porter. Shawn Porter will maul Tank if they really was to fight. Tank is a good fighter, so every person get hit. But he gonna catch Shawn Porter with some stuff. But none of that stuff gonna matter. And Shawn Porter will get him out of there. But none of that stuff will ever happen because one, two different weight classes, and two, Shawn Porter is retired. So none of that stuff is even possible. But I had to put that out there to let y'all know that I must have forgot Shawn Porter was the real deal. So I understand we got a lot of Tank fans out here, but don't let him fool y'all with saying that he beat Shawn Porter out. None of that stuff never happened. But let me know what y'all think. Drop y'all comments down below. Make sure I hit the like, subscribe, and hit the bell. I'll see y'all the next one. Peace.